Airline Manager 4 Guide. This is a guide that I wrote about playing the game Airline Manager 4. So first you're going to be offered to select a plane such as the A380-800 or a Boeing. The A380-800 is the best passenger plane in the game. I would recommend you play that one. Once you finish the tutorial, you are ready to start the game. I started with easy mode. Um, Now, there's people that say sell the A380-800 and use the money to buy other planes. I strongly disagree with that. And the reason why is because that plane can bring in millions of dollars per day. So why sell it? Just fly it, put it on a good route, and fly it and make money with it. You're going to make a lot more money with that one plane than if you sell it and buy a lot of other planes. If you do sell it, get the IL 46900, get a bunch of them because they're very high profit planes for the cost. So you need a starting hub. I recommend the Middle East because it will have flights to Europe, etc. I chose Dubai. The problem with Dubai is that it's good for the short range and it's good for medium range, but it's not good for long range flights. So, for example, the A380-800, you don't want to start that out in Dubai. If you're going to start with a long range flight, which means minimum 10,000 kilometer range, you're going to want to do Argentina, Chile, East Australia, New Zealand, Lima, Peru. And you're going to get good flights if you use stopovers. You need to make money to continue playing the game. So if you get to zero, game's over. There's no negative amount allowed. Pick a flight that has a high passenger capacity and low fuel to passenger ratio, such as the ATR aircraft. The A380-800 carries 600 people, so every time you fly it, it brings in a ton of income. But if you can't do it, get the low fuel to passenger ratio, which means lots of passengers and low fuel. High number of passengers equals more income. If you really want to make more money, adjust. If you really want to make more money, adjust the cost index to the lowest value. So if you're just starting the game and you really don't know how to play, adjust the cost index, set it very low, and your fuel costs will go down dramatically. So any plane that has a high fuel cost, you use this adjustment, or if you paid a lot of money for your fuel. The problem is you have to go back and reset it to the normal amount. It's a little bit of a pain. Use a stopover feature. It doubles your potential range and it doubles your potential income per departure. Try to buy fuel when it's under 500 or under 800 and try to buy CO2 quotas for about 120. Try to increase your fuel capacity because if you have a larger fuel capacity, then you'll be able to increase your supply of fuel when the price is low. So if you get a deal on fuel, you can go buy as much as you can. Don't worry about CO2. The fuel is for the entire fleet. It's not per hub and it's not per plane. Buy marketing to increase your reputation, which will attract more passengers and sell more tickets. You got to learn how to do marketing. It takes a little bit of practice. Just buy the cheapest marketing. Or read the marketing guide if you want to do it correctly. Because if you in this game, if you make mistakes, you got to reset and start everything over. There is no option to keep your planes and your hubs and keep on going and restart. You got to wipe the game clear if you screw up. Wait for all of your planes to land before you buy marketing. And then depart all your planes. Then you're going to get the best value out of the marketing. So in the morning, what I do is I buy 4 hours worth because my flights are 12 hours long. You only pay when they depart. However, if you're going to be flying all day long, in the morning you can buy a lot of hours of marketing if you're going to be playing all day. If you're not, then don't. At night before you go to sleep, just get the 4 hour option because, like I said, you'll only pay 4 hours for the entire night. You only play when they depart. When the marketing runs out, your passenger demand immediately goes back down. Avoid catering lounges at the beginning of the game or cargo. Wait until you have a large fleet, such as 80 planes, before you buy cargo. The reason why is because when you do marketing, you're going to have to buy a separate campaign for cargo. It's going to cost you more money. Cargo planes can cost more and bring in fewer profits. Only the expensive cargo planes bring in a lot of cash. And it will be hard to find routes. Try to make your route as straight as possible. You don't want a bendy route like this. You don't pay for airtime. You pay for the straightest route from the origin to the destination. So this is going to have a lower ticket price because of the way it bends around. All of them that have a bend are going to have lower income. If your flight history shows a variance in income, it's either because of marketing or your passenger demand. So you see over here it says 4.1 million and over here it says 2.3. It's probably because of marketing. However, well, it's because of passenger demand. Marketing increases the passenger demand. It could be that you ran out of passengers, you flew too many that day. So if you go through your history and you always run marketing and you see a low number, then you should go check to see. Like you see over here, it says 40 and 41 and 27 and 28 and 133 and 154. That means the 133 is too low. There's a problem. The passenger demand can become depleted. See over here, it says 10, 74, 10, 76, 68. The 10 means it's depleted. There's should have been an extra 60 passengers. So you either change the cost index so it takes longer to get there, which means that the demand will increase by the time you get there, or you change the seat layout, or you change the marketing. A route that has longer distance earns more income. You see over here, this one says 18,133. That's too short. You want the 19.3 or 19.9. The 18.1 is going to bring in less income, and that's a lot of people. So you want to get him off that route and put him on a better route. Try to buy a hub that has the longest potential flights. They will bring in more income, 19,000 plus. This is Dubai to Djibouti. Oh, you know what? I did this wrong. See how it says 1,992? I meant 19,000. So I entered the wrong number for this particular one. However, you want to look for 19,000 or more. You use this number over here. If it's too low, then you don't want that hub. You want hubs where when you sort by distance, it says 19,000 something. And you want a lot of them, not just a few. You can fly more than one plane on the same route, but you're going to have problems with demand. In order to make the most money, you need each flight to bring in the most income. So change your route, your aircraft marketing to maximize your income. The most passengers on the longest routes will bring in the most income. 4.4 is probably the highest I've seen for one flight. But I don't think it's the highest per day. I think you can do more per day with the AN225. You can bring in 10 million per day. This brings in 8.9 per day. Sorry, I have to drink water. You can change the name of a plane to indicate modifications to the plane. For example, I put the letter M once I've made modifications for fuel efficiency etc. You can add another letter such as R to show it that the route has been optimized, for example. So you change the M and make it an R. So when the planes land, if the numbers are correct, sorry, if the letters are correct, then you know you don't need to make any changes. But if I had this plane land, then I know the route was not adjusted, so I would check it for the route. If you want to sell an expensive plane, you get a better selling price at a hub with a high market value, such as 90%. This only has a 50% market value, so you only get half the value of the plane. And if it's an expensive plane, try flying it to another hub. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.